Among the countless testaments to bygone eras scattered across the earth, there are places where time seems to stand still, preserving for posterity astonishing glimpses of ancient grandeur. We are about to delve into the world of one such unique treasure, where the echo of Roman civilization resonates with striking clarity. In northern Algeria, amidst a rugged yet majestic landscape, lies an exceptionally well-preserved Roman city. This is Gemala, known in antiquity by its original name, Quiquel. Its history began as a Roman colony founded during the reign of Emperor Nerva, between 96 and 98 CE. Situated on a steep rocky spur, rising approximately 900 meters, about 2,950 feet, above sea level, Quiquel is an impressive example of how ancient urban planners skillfully adapted their settlements to complex mountainous terrain, harmoniously integrating architecture into the natural landscape. Within this historic complex, one can discover all the characteristic features of a small yet complete Roman city. Here stand the remains of the Senate House, where important state affairs were once conducted, extensive public baths, serving as centers for hygiene and social life, majestic basilicas, venues for meetings and trade, and, of course, numerous temples dedicated to the gods of the ancient Roman pantheon. However, particular attention is drawn to two outstanding monuments that eloquently attest to the power and influence of the ruling dynasties. One is a temple dedicated to the influential Severan dynasty, completed in 216 CE. The other, no less grand, is the Arch of Caracalla, another representative of the same Severan dynasty, erected in 229 CE. It is known that the Severans, who ruled the empire in the early 3rd century, had roots in North Africa, which adds a special nuance to their legacy in this region. The city gradually declined after the fall of the Roman Empire, around the 5th to 6th centuries, and notably, was never resettled by the Muslims who later came to dominate the region. This particular circumstance largely contributed to its remarkable preservation. Today, its modern name, Gemala, meaning, the beautiful, in Arabic, serves as a silent acknowledgement of the splendor of this ancient urban ensemble by those who inherited these lands. In modern-day Tunisia, approximately 350 kilometers, about 217 miles, east of the capital, lies the ancient city of Douga, once the capital of the Numidian kingdom. This historic site picturesquely rises atop a low hill, offering a breathtaking view of the vast and fertile valley below. The origins of settlement here stretch back to deep antiquity. The site was inhabited 6 centuries before the Romans annexed these lands after the Punic Wars. Under Roman rule, Douga experienced a period of significant prosperity, yet it held a relatively peripheral position within the provincial administration of Roman Africa. Nevertheless, despite its secondary administrative status, the city has preserved an outstanding ensemble of public structures to this day, many of which are in remarkably good condition. Central among the ruins is the majestic Temple of Jupiter, which dominates the landscape and is a classic example of a Roman Capitoline structure. Other notable monuments in Douga include a triumphal arch erected in honor of Alexander Severus, an emperor from the Severan dynasty, as well as the Temple of Juno and a theater offering a truly exceptional panoramic view of the surrounding valley. Due to its relative preservation, this city provides a unique opportunity to gain deep insight into daily life in ancient Rome on the African continent. However, during the subsequent Byzantine and Islamic periods, Douga gradually declined and was eventually largely abandoned. On the coast of Italy, in close proximity to the Eternal City, lies Ostia, Rome's ancient port city, whose ruins have preserved a significant portion of their original appearance to this day. This important settlement once occupied a strategic position at the mouth of the Tiber River, where it merged with the sea. The name Ostia itself is rooted in the Latin word ostium, which can be interpreted as river mouth or entrance/outlet, perfectly reflecting its geographical specificity. Historians believe that the first Roman colony was established here, possibly as early as the 7th or 6th centuries BCE, underscoring its exceptional antiquity. The earliest archaeological findings on this site, indicative of construction activity, date back to the 4th century BCE. The city's importance to the Roman Empire cannot be overstated. It served as one of Rome's key maritime gateways, providing it with vital resources. Annually, countless volumes of goods and commercial cargo, arriving from all corners of the vast empire, passed through its bustling harbor. Countless tons of grain held a special place in this flow, its import being absolutely essential for sustaining and feeding the colossal population of Rome itself. Ostia reached its peak prosperity between the 2nd and 3rd centuries CE, when, according to historical estimates, its urban population presumably reached an impressive figure of 100,000 people. Among Ostia's unique features is the presence of some of the best-preserved insulae in the world. Insulae, as is known, were multi-story apartment buildings that housed the common citizens of the Roman Empire. Visitors strolling through Ostia's paved streets are offered a rare opportunity to truly immerse themselves in the atmosphere of ancient urban life and experience what daily existence was like in those distant times. Within the ancient city, one can discover a variety of structures, from majestic temples and an impressive theater to such ordinary but equally illustrative elements of daily life as public latrines, providing a complete picture of Roman city life. With the collapse of the Western Roman Empire, the ancient port of Ostia steadily lost its former grandeur, as the population of the Eternal City significantly decreased, reaching only a fraction of its former peak. By the 9th century, this once bustling settlement was finally abandoned, a direct consequence of incessant pirate raids. Meanwhile, a considerable distance to the east of the Roman Empire's center, in lands now belonging to Jordan, lies the remarkable Roman city of Jerash. Archaeological evidence indicates that this area has been inhabited by human communities since approximately 6000 BCE, with a possible deviation of several centuries, and its formal establishment as a Hellenistic polis occurred in the 2nd century BCE. Most of the monumental structures preserved to this day date from the era of ancient Rome, as well as late Roman or Byzantine rule. Jerash rises on hilly terrain, providing magnificent panoramic views of the adjacent plains. The city's strategic location at the crossroads of important trade routes was key to its outstanding prosperity. The city's development peaked in the 2nd century CE, when, according to expert estimates, its population ranged between 15,000 and 25,000 inhabitants. Today, visitors can behold majestic colonnades, monumental temples, imposing city gates, an extensive hippodrome, and many other structures, many of which are remarkably well preserved. Jerash experienced a period of flourishing under Roman authority, but it subsequently suffered a series of devastating blows that signaled its ultimate decline. The first of these was its brutal sacking by Sasanian Persian forces in the 7th century and the swift arrival of Arab conquerors that followed. The city's final abandonment resulted from a destructive series of earthquakes that struck the region during the early Middle Ages. Turning our attention to Italian lands, Herculaneum warrants mention. The tragic tale of how the mighty Mount Vesuvius, towering in southern Italy, unleashed its fury upon the flourishing city of Pompeii, consigning it to oblivion, is well known. However, far less widely known is the fate of another, smaller coastal settlement, Herculaneum, which was also buried under Vesuvius's volcanic ash in the fateful year 79 CE. The dense, multi-meter-thick layer of ash that enveloped the city served as robust protection, safeguarding it from subsequent looting and the destructive effects of natural elements. Although the excavated area of Herculaneum is smaller than Pompeii, this site is undoubtedly worthy of special attention, as it houses some of the most superbly preserved Roman-era architectural structures, demonstrating a better degree of preservation than its more famous neighbor. Because Herculaneum escaped the impact of large rocks ejected during Vesuvius's catastrophic eruption and was buried so deeply under layers of ash and pumice, its structures and artifacts have been preserved in almost pristine condition. Even fragile wooden furniture has survived to this day, along with magnificent wall paintings, intricate mosaic panels, and vibrant frescoes, astonishing in their brightness and detail. Among the amazing finds unearthed from the volcanic ash was a statue that retained its original polychrome coloring, a truly unique phenomenon in archaeological practice. Thus, Herculaneum has played an invaluable, key role in deeply understanding the daily life and customs of an ancient Roman city, providing researchers with priceless information. Archaeological work at the ancient site continues, but the focus of activity is steadily shifting towards the conservation and protection of those urban fragments that have already been unearthed. Many public buildings and private residences, including an extensive forum complex, still await discovery and study. Turning once again to modern-day Algeria, researchers discover an outstanding example of Roman architectural and urban planning genius known as Timgad. This city was founded as a strategically important military colony in 100 CE, during the reign of the great Emperor Trajan. Its urban plan was characterized by exceptional precision, representing the pinnacle of Roman urban design prowess. The exemplary grid system, typical of most Roman military colonies, was implemented here with rigorous exactitude. The rapid growth of the colony led to new constructions having to be built beyond its original, strictly delineated urban perimeter. An impressive triumphal arch, now towering over the surrounding landscape, was dedicated to the city's founder, Emperor Trajan, and serves as a majestic reminder of his deeds. Notably, despite the arid climate of the surrounding area, about 14 bath complexes were discovered within the city, indicating a high level of comfort and developed infrastructure. Timgad flourished throughout the Roman era, but its prosperity was disrupted by partial destruction during the Vandal invasion in the 5th century. The city experienced a brief revival after the Byzantine reconquest in the 6th century, but the subsequent Arab invasion led to its final downfall and desolation. Unfortunately, after the 8th century, Timgad was definitively abandoned, becoming a silent witness to bygone eras. On the northern coast of the African continent, within the borders of modern-day Libya, lies the ancient city of Leptis Magna. According to historians, it was considered one of the most magnificent settlements of the Roman Empire, and its current ruins eloquently confirm this grandeur. This territory was originally settled by Phoenician colonists approximately in the 7th century BCE. After the conclusion of the Third Punic War, the city became part of the Roman Republic, but for a long time, it retained the status of a free settlement, enjoying significant autonomy with minimal Roman interference. Only during the reign of Emperor Tiberius was Leptis Magna officially integrated into the imperial structure, becoming part of the vast province of Africa. Thanks to its ideal coastal location and the presence of a natural harbor, Leptis Magna quickly transformed into a key trade center. This factor played a decisive role in the accumulation of wealth and the increase in the city's strategic importance. However, Leptis Magna experienced its true flourishing and golden age when its native son, Septimius Severus, ascended to the imperial throne of Rome. This powerful ruler made considerable efforts to adorn his hometown, endowing it with numerous majestic monuments and architectural structures. Among the most notable and well-preserved structures is a monumental four-sided arch, undoubtedly dedicated to this great benefactor and patron of the city, Septimius Severus. At its peak, Leptis Magna rightly held the third position in size among all cities in Roman North Africa, surpassed in scale only by the legendary Alexandria and Carthage. With the onset of the crisis of the 3rd century, marked by a significant reduction in trade flows, Leptis Magna gradually began to lose its former economic and political influence. An additional blow to the city was dealt by a destructive tsunami that struck the coast in 365 CE, leading to partial destruction. Despite these difficulties, the city experienced a brief period of revival, beginning under Emperor Theodosius I. However, despite these efforts, Leptis Magna was unable to regain its former splendor and prosperity. By the mid-7th century, most of its inhabitants had abandoned the city, and it became largely deserted, turning into a silent testament to a bygone era. Pompeii, Italy. Any narrative about significant ancient Roman cities would be incomplete without mentioning Pompeii, one of the most celebrated Roman settlements, second in renown perhaps only to the empire's capital itself. Sprawling on the picturesque shores of the Bay of Naples, the city's origins trace back to the 8th century BCE when it was founded by the Oscans. With the arrival of the Greeks around 740 BCE, the settlement began its Hellenistic transformation. Around 290 BCE, the city came under Roman rule. The fateful eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 CE resulted in the city being buried under a 5-meter, about 16-foot, layer of volcanic ash and pumice. For approximately 1,600 years, it remained hidden from the world and forgotten. A partial rediscovery occurred in the 16th century when a local architect, while laying an underground aqueduct, accidentally stumbled upon a fragment of an ancient wall adorned with exquisite frescoes. Large-scale archaeological investigations in Pompeii began in the 18th century. Today, Visitors can leisurely stroll through Pompeii's paved streets, feeling as if they have been transported 2,000 years back in time. They can observe graffiti on the walls, seemingly left by ancient pranksters, magnificent frescoes and mosaics, as well as all the elements of urban infrastructure characteristic of a thriving Roman settlement: spacious public baths, numerous fountains, convenient latrines, and, most notably, a perfectly preserved amphitheater.